Hello, and good morning, or afternoon, or whatever it happens to be. Welcome to the drastically reduced audio quality. So, a few people have asked, basically, what the hell's going on with these different updates and the weird schedule and all that sort of thing. So long story short, general purpose hiatus is still kind of sort of going on. Basically, I've been sick for like 3 weeks. It has absolutely sucked. My entire family's been really wiped out there as far as sickness goes. And yeah. Actually, there was a different part 2 that ended up happening earlier that was covering this whole part. But, yeah, that, I didn't actually end up uploading that. Well, I did upload it, I just ended up not publishing it, because quite frankly, it sounded like absolute garbage. So, yeah, there was that. And, aside from that, as you can hear, yet another headset died on me. So, while the new one's coming in, well, there's this horrible audio quality going on. Anyway, so moving right along here. I was actually thinking earlier, I'm not really sure why it is that I haven't done a different challenge before this. Namely, there's one that I was really wanting to try. That was well, originally I was calling it a Catch-22 challenge, but I guess Poor Man's Challenge is just the better way to put it. Sorry for the random pause there, a little bit of a coughing fit, as you do. But anyway, so, yeah, I don't know why I didn't do this other challenge, which the idea, if you've ever tried one of those, I'm assuming a few people might have done so for this game. But yeah, you would just basically go through the entire thing, never using the store. Crafting is allowed, but the idea is that you basically have to just on-site procure everything. So you can never buy stuff from the store is the general idea there. Which, yeah, base game, I tried it, and it, I mean, it worked. Like, it was kind of sort of doable. The thing was, even if you ended up just abusing the ever-loving Christ out of the meta, it still was pretty close to impossible. Actually, I would argue it was completely impossible. I think I must have tried like 20-something times over the course of several months, and never really made any progress on that one. I think the farthest I got was Chapter 3. But yeah, didn't quite happen. So, yeah, there's that. So this one, as per usual, not too terribly scary about it, but due to the fact that they'll do whatsoever. It just consists of a lot of standing here. So there's that. Okay. Pretty much guaranteeing that this will sound like absolute garbage, but we'll see. We'll see. I hope it doesn't. Okay, so she retained her Awaken there, but there's that. Oh, by the way, if you happen to have missed it, version 92C actually came out. I probably should have gone ahead and done the update on that one first. But yeah, it's pretty darn good. There were a few little changes here and there, like their basic attack and defense things ended up getting a little bit, well, they got nerfed. There's no other way to put it. They got pretty nerfed. But on the plus side, this also meant that, by the way, there's no relation to these things whatsoever. I'm just saying there is. There totally isn't. The what's it? The Warlock. Witch and Warlock classes ended up having an alchemist set of sorts. They have basically 4 abilities that they can use now that are more or less free items. So, like, for example, most of your basic healing items that you use for more or less free. So they just count as active abilities. So that's pretty darn nifty. So yeah, they can basically go and use multiple healing items per turn. So that's nice. A nice little thingy. So he said that there's some possibilities for some other ones too. Most of the ones are actually already being used as the ward skills. Like, for example, removing Bind, Shackle, or Stop or something. So, so yeah. Actually, I don't think... Now that I actually mentioned that, I don't think I don't know if he was actually mentioning the skills themselves were related to the items. Actually, no, I think he said using the items were first. Okay, well, never mind. Point being, using items as active skills is something that's possible. There we go. Could have just wrapped it up with one sentence, but always gotta overcomplicate things. You know, what can you do? Sometimes that's just how that goes. Alright, so far, no major issues here. Had anyone go down quite yet, so doing a job of avoiding things. One thing I was thinking earlier is I actually need to make more use of knights and soldiers for the purposes of this run. Because yeah, I was kind of testing it on my own runs in the background there, and yeah, lots and lots of knights, very very good. And Felicia was she was the spirit lady. Hook. I don't have Aegis quite yet, but stuff will be quite different when it's unlocked. So yeah, it's actually, by the way, if you've never tried this, there's one really, it was previously pretty darn overpowered. There's just one pretty fun thing that you can do with Denim. You end up unlocking the board. So, I only mention this because the throw item is one thing that ends up getting lost while doing this build. But just double attack with books, which sounds completely retarded, but yeah, originally, this was because you could pretty much max out whatever racial ability was there. It could just pretty much go more or less above the either to the maximum or above it, if I recall correctly. Which now, I mean, yeah, it can do the same thing. Actually, he changed them quite a bit in that now they kind of function with a bit of like they do double against whatever it is that they're supposed to be targeting. For example, instead of doing just like, oh, it's 20% more and it boosts your ability to dislike that particular thing, instead it's more like, okay, it actually properly gives you a full like double damage thing against them. So there's that. It's handy and it's useful and it's pretty great. Also, I have to say, friggin' two-handers on Berserks, friggin' amazing. Just no question, my favorite thing on them right now. It's like, forget the extra damage, the fact that it's so accurate while doing that is just amazing. It's, yeah. I'm not really seeing any particular problem with this one just yet. I am still theorizing, though, that over the course of this thing, it will start to get towards near impossible without clerics. Quite frankly, there's kind of just always a gut feeling whenever I'm doing my my other run on it. It's just like, you know, there's that feeling of I don't have a cleric, there's no backup option here, you know, it's either do everything right or kind of get wrecked. So I hope that winds up not being the case. Let's see how it goes. I probably want to recover a little bit. Being all careful like all of a sudden, I know. I'm not immediately getting everyone complete. What's that all about? Suddenly everything's changing. What's up with that? Okay, so much good for which I can do, so I'm just gonna move here. Like this before anything else. It's a item collecting challenge sort of thing. It has me going off and collecting things now. But yeah, honestly, that thing has me pretty darn excited. So I'm definitely gonna do that after this one. I'm assuming this one. Wait, interrupted by a bit of a cough there. All right, so assuming this one makes it to. I'm assuming it's going to be neutral, so right after the neutral split, actually probably right before the neutral split, I'm assuming it's going to fall apart. By the way, another thing, I may notice the quality is quite a bit different, well, basically improved. So I went back to my my old as hell laptop, which is, I still don't understand how this works. The numbers and everything on the new one are much, much better, but for some reason, just, I don't know. Like, it seemed better at first, but just the quality on that thing seems dubious, to put it lightly. Like, for some reason, one of the things that's caused this massive delay up to this point is the fact that, for whatever reason, every single update goes and breaks something. Most recently, and you may have heard this in a couple of parts already, is just the fact that the audio is just broken, and it gets worse every single update, and nothing I do fixes it. I've tried posting for help all over the place, both on the Windows side, on the OBS side, on the anything side, really. I've tried probably a dozen or more different forums where I'm looking for help. So far, no one's come up with anything that actually figured out, so I don't know. Pretty much all I could come up with was to go and try to get a refund on that thing, but yeah, it's an odd time. I know what to make of that situation. See how it goes. See how it goes. But, yeah, for the time being, I'm back on this thing. I feel really bad because that thing was, well, it was a gift. I got it as a gift, and Father's Day gift, and basically went and picked it out myself and everything. So I have no one but myself to blame. But either way, I just feel bad because I always had this thing, never return a gift ever. Gifts are permanent, but in this case it's, you know, kind of a pricey thing, so gotta try. Not a tremendous shot on these guys yet. Alright, well, we just need Greon to go, but unfortunately archers aren't going to jack against him, so we'll just have him go back away at these others. I have to say, some of the early leaders are definitely very hard to beat at this point, which is a good thing. Not sure if Kiddo can be heard in the background, just having a little bit of a fuss. Yes, you do. Going through the terrible twos, as I was saying, as you do. Always a fun stage. It consists of everything very, very dramatic. So, hopefully that's it. It does? I apologize. Please do not finish off the mace. Mace to get at least one more hit in. I know I just used Fated Circle on it, but it'd be a little bit of a waste to have him use it right now. He's in here. Please do. Still not gonna be able to even touch this guy. Let's speed up a little bit. Already got hit here. That done. Yeah, I'm noticing the audio being a little bit weird. It's not. Oh, I'm gonna be paranoid about that for ages, but yeah, more or less the hiatus continues. Stuff's been busy. Can't always get what I do. Obviously, hobbies are going to be on a bit of a hold while other things are done. 63, come on. Yes. And that's why it's the best option, in my opinion. Which, granted, you know, it does a drastic amount less, and it doesn't have the amazing moves that the other ones do. It's so darn consistent. Speed you up a little bit. Another thing, my internet's been downgraded for the next couple weeks, so yeah, it takes me like the entire friggin' night to upload something. You know, fun times, fun times. Okay. Back. I think I want to have you go ahead and start working on this guy. Not exactly much of a can opener, but if you can get a breach, then... So, you know, I don't know if it's time or number of remaining units that was triggering her thing there. I think it's time. I remember losing a couple times after she ended up saying that. Specifically on that Catch-22 challenge I was talking about, aka the Poor Man Challenge. Alright, you know what? I might actually have to cut her off right there. Looks like it. Well, crap. Alright, so let's go ahead and call it here, and start off at this exact point next time. So see you then.